All right, let's dive right in. Today, we are heading down into the dark, damp catacombs of Edgar Allan Poe's mind to unlock one of his most chilling masterpieces of revenge, The Cask of Amontillado. The story kicks off with this single, terrifying sentence. Our narrator, Montresor, he just lays it all out. He has vowed revenge. So you know right away, this isn't some crime of passion. No, this is cold, it's calculated. And get this, what was the insult that started it all? Poe never tells us. And that's your first big clue that we are dealing with a seriously unreliable narrator. So I want you to think of this as a kind of literary crime scene investigation. For 50 years, Montresor has gotten away with the perfect murder, but Poe, being the master of suspense that he is, has left a trail of clues for us, symbols, ironic statements that really reveal the true horror of what's going on. Our mission? Let's uncover them. You know, what makes this story so deeply unsettling is that it's a confession. We're listening to the murderer himself, Montresor, as he tells the story of his crime half a century after he did it. This puts us directly inside the mind of a killer, forcing us to question every single word he says. So how do we get inside Montresor's head? Well, we start by cracking his symbolic code. Poe was so meticulous. You'll see that nearly every object and every image in the story is just packed with hidden meaning. Okay, first, just a quick refresher. A literary symbol is basically an object, a person, or even a setting that stands for a much deeper idea. And Poe uses these to pack layers and layers of meaning into his tale. We can actually lay out the key symbols, like clues on an evidence board. We've got the jester costume, the family crest, the setting, and of course the trowel. Each one tells a crucial part of the story, so let's examine them one by one. So our victim, Fortunato, is dressed as a court jester, with the cap and the bells. On the surface, sure, it's just a carnival costume. But symbolically, oh, it's brilliant. Montresor is literally making a fool out of him. That cheerful, jingling costume creates this incredibly sharp, disturbing contrast with the silent, gruesome death that's waiting for him. All right, let's move to our next piece of evidence, which is basically the justification for the entire crime. This is the Montresor family motto, and it translates to, "No one insults me with impunity." Now, this isn't just some old family saying. For Montresor, this is a license to kill. And this motto perfectly illustrates his personal code for the perfect revenge, which he says has two absolutely critical parts. First, he has to get away with it completely. He must punish with impunity. Second, and this is so important, the victim has to know exactly who is delivering their punishment. For Montresor, anonymous revenge just won't cut it. Now, let's talk about the setting. Poe gives us these two starkly different worlds. Up above ground, you've got the carnival. It's chaotic, it's a public celebration of life and freedom. But as they go down, they enter the catacombs, a private, silent world of death and confinement. This physical journey from one place to the other perfectly mirrors Fortunato's journey from life to his entombment. Okay, deep within the catacombs, we get to our final, and maybe the most sinister symbol of them all. Fortunato, who we assume is a member of the Freemasons, a secret society, makes this specific gesture to see if Montresor is also part of the Brotherhood. Fortunato's a little confused that Montresor doesn't recognize the sign, and he asks him directly. The tension in this moment, wow, it's just palpable. Is Montresor's cover about to be blown? But Montresor's response is just a masterstroke of dark, twisted wordplay. He pulls a trowel out from under his cloak. See, he's not a Freemason, he's a literal mason, a bricklayer. And that trowel is the very tool he's about to use to wall Fortunato up in his tomb. It's this terrifying reveal hidden inside a joke. So here's the crucial point. All of these symbols are made even more powerful by another literary weapon, irony. Let's shift our focus and see how Montresor actually weaponizes words to hide his murderous intent right there in plain sight. Right, so irony is just that gap between appearance and reality, and Montresor is an absolute master of it. He says one thing, but he and we, the readers, know he means the exact opposite. You could say his friendly words are the cloak for his dagger. And the biggest, most significant piece of irony in the entire story, it all starts with one simple thing, the victim's name. Fortunato. In Italian, it literally means the fortunate one. And yet, he is arguably one of the most unfortunate characters in all of literature.
He's walking, step by unsuspecting step, toward a truly horrific death. It's a textbook case of situational irony. Throughout their descent, Montresor just bombards Fortunato with this fake concern. He hears Fortunato's cough and keeps saying things like this, pretending to be worried. But of course, we know he has absolutely no intention of turning back. He even offers him wine, claiming it's to protect them from the damp, cold air of the catacombs. Every single sip is presented as this act of friendship, a gesture of genuine care. But let's take a closer look at this predatory friendship. Every kind act is a trap. The wine doesn't protect Fortunato. It just clouds his judgment, makes him easier to manipulate. And the fake concern for his health, it doesn't help him. It plays directly on his pride, making him insist on moving forward to prove how much of an expert he is. Montresor's friendship is the very mechanism of his murder. So why do we dissect all these symbols and ironies? What's the big takeaway here? Well, it's all about getting inside the murderer's mind. These literary devices, they're not just fancy decorations. They are the keys that Poe gives us to unlock the dark, twisted complexities of Montresor's psychology. They reveal the chilling reality of a man whose civilized surface hides this deep, vengeful malice. It's a truly terrifying look at the dark side of human nature. After he lays the final brick, sealing Fortunato in that tomb forever, Montresor says this. He claims his heart grew sick because of the damp air. But is that the truth? Is it a flicker of guilt? Maybe remorse? Or is he just mocking his own humanity? Poe leaves it completely, hauntingly ambiguous. And that brings us to our final, lingering question. Montresor got his perfect revenge, right? He was never caught, his victim knew exactly who killed him. But after 50 years, as he tells this story, does he sound like a man at peace? Or does he sound like a man who is forever haunted by the echoes in that tomb? The story never tells us, and that is the final chilling masterpiece of Poe's tale.